How's it going, everyone? It is Ryder here, and welcome back for another Mario Kart discussion video here on the channel. The Mario Kart franchise is well known for its incredible variety of characters, including some additions from other non-Mario franchises. Today's discussion will revolve around a certain Koopa that has wings, being, of course, Paratroopa. It is very possible we could see his return to the Mario Kart franchise very soon, specifically Mario Kart Tour and potentially even the Booster Course Pass. Before we do get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also click that notification bell to stay updated on when new videos will release. Our 5K subscriber milestone will be here in no time as long as you lend in your support by subscribing. With that out of the way, let's get started. To begin this discussion, let's start by talking about Paratroopa and his history with the Mario Kart series. Paratroopa first debuted in Mario Kart Double Dash and was a racing partner to Koopa Troopa. He received the triple red shells item as his special skill in that game, which wasn't the best compared to other special items in that game, but wasn't entirely the worst either. After his debut in Mario Kart Double Dash, he was just completely forgotten about. However, when data miners searched through the files of Mario Kart Wii, it turns out he has an unused character icon along with Hammerbro and PD Piranha, in which both Hammerbro and PD Piranha didn't return until recently with Mario Kart Tour. With Paratroopa, on the other hand, he sadly hasn't gotten the returning treatment for Mario Kart Tour yet, but within the recent Spring Tour and Mario Kart Tour, he may be returning to the franchise very soon. Within the files of the Spring Tour update, a few badges were data mined, including a suspicious little wing badge which looked awfully familiar. This turned out to be Paratroopa's wing. Now you may be thinking this doesn't mean anything, but it might actually mean something. In the past, Mario Kart Tour has had the habit of hinting at future characters' debuts or returns to the franchise within badges, so this could mean the same for Paratroopa, and I think it is pretty likely. Besides Paratroopa having a badge, characters like Boo, Piranha Plant, Honey Queen, Luma, and of course the Boy Wiggler have badges in the game and have yet to debut in Mario Kart Tour. Now the question is Paratroopa returning to the Mario Kart franchise? Now I think both Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart Deluxe have a chance of seeing Paratroopa, but let's discuss Mario Kart Tour first since this discussion originated from that game. Mario Kart Tour actually has a lot of evidence that can lead to Paratroopa's return. As per usual, with every tour, Nintendo loves giving us secret Mii suits towards the end of Mii trailers that release along with new tour trailers. Within the release of the latest one for the Spring Tour, it showed off 4 new Mii suits that resemble 4 of the Koopa kids, those being Larry, Iggy, Roy, and Ludwig. This ties in well for Paratroopa since they're all of Bowser's minions. To add on to Paratroopa's likely debut in Mario Kart Tour soon, there are currently 2 Bowser-related tracks data mined in the files, those being SNES Bowser Castle, which is labeled as an ID skip theory, and GBA Bowser Castle 4, which is straight up data mined. Now with this in mind, there is a very likely chance we will see either a Bowser related tour or a Mii tour very soon. The reason I say a Mii tour is very likely is because the amount of Mii suits they're releasing is way more than they have ever done in a single tour since the original debut of Mii's. Plus, both 3DS Woohoo Loop and 3DS Maka Woohoo are both data mined in the files, and are technically the homes of the Miis if you really think about it. I thought it seemed a little weird and suspicious that only half of the Koopalings are going to be debuting in next tour with their Mii suits, so I decided to create a little Mii celebration picture, since I feel like the other half of the Koopalings could debut in the tour after. For the first tour, I named it just a simple Minion Tour with SNES Bowser Castle, GBA Bowser Castle 4, and Paratroopa making their debuts. In the second tour, I called a Mii tour with the Woohoo Island tracks debuting. This lines up so perfectly in my opinion, and usually Nintendo loves to do a lot of celebrations, so I can really see this being a real thing. Now let's talk about the case for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. First off, I think if Paratroopa took one of the slots, it wouldn't really go well for most fans, considering it is just a Koopa Troopa with wings and a red shell after all. However, if they wanted to make Paratroopa as a skin for Koopa Troopa, I think that would be totally fine and would be very great, considering that a lot of the Booster Course Pass tracks have a weird thing with adding a ton of Paratroopas on the courses. Maybe Nintendo is hinting at Paratroopa coming to the roster. Probably not, but you never know. Something I do want to go and mention is what if Nintendo had said returning characters from past Mario Kart games and specifically said that to mean Mario Kart Tour's new characters wouldn't be coming. I think that is something to think about because they could just add characters from games before Mario Kart Tour, like for example PD, Paratroopa, or Diddy Kong. I don't think that is likely, but it definitely is something to think about just in case. To wrap things up with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I think its inclusion is kind of unlikely when you have so many other interesting characters that can be added to the roster, but even when I say this, I wouldn't fully go and say he is deconfirmed, so keep that in mind. Now of course nothing is confirmed until Nintendo says it is, and Paratroopa could be locked up for a little while longer or might not even debut in these games at all, but I just felt like sharing some cool concepts and thoughts on this potential return for Paratroopa to the Mario Kart franchise. And that concludes today's discussion video. Let me know down below your thoughts on the possible return of Paratroopa, and if you think he'll return in both Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart Deluxe, or just one or neither. Quick shoutouts to the current members of the channel. For our Wigger Clan, we have Willow Games and the Cave Fett, and for our Frenzy Legends members, we have KChats575. Thank you for your continued amount of support towards the channel. It means a ton to me. If you'd like to become a member, consider becoming one using the link in the description below, or click the join button. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, stay safe, and goodbye.